Welcome back to Wash Talk, everyone, the Carwash Podcast. I'm your host, Rich DiPaolo, and joining me today we have Dave Kelly, Chief Development Officer at Spotless Brands. Dave, so great to see you.
Yeah, great to talk with you, Rich.
Yeah, it's great to talk with you as well. I know we're right in the thick of holiday season here to wrap up 2025, so I'm sure your schedule is packed as you close out the year, so I definitely appreciate you taking some time for carwash.com to catch up a little bit here. But, Spotless Brands was in the news quite a bit in 2025. You guys were active, and one of those news releases was posted on our website in late November, and that was the announcement of Spotless Brands' acquisition of Pizza Express Carwash, a family-run platform in Philadelphia since 1986, if I'm not mistaken, father and son team. So what made Pete such a strong fit for Spotless Brands and specifically the flagship Carwash brand that you have?
Yeah, so it's an exciting time for Spotless, and the pizza acquisition is certainly a part of that. It's a great business. It has many of the shared values that Spotless uses every day to drive its business, and so first and foremost, that's a focus on customer in everything we do, and Pizza's done that for many years, doing a great job for their customers. And then secondly, they do a terrific job building a team. Supporting that team, training that team, and having the team understand that delivering great customer experience is really important. So all that aligns, just terrifically with what, what Spotless represents. They do a terrific job with community engagement as well. And then from a development standpoint, they have terrific, facilities. They're well located. They're convenient. From a customer perspective, it's they're very well known, and people enjoy getting in and out of them, and the quality of service that they get on a consistent basis. The facilities are in terrific shape. All hallmarks of what we seek as we do development. Spotless does development, so a terrific fit in that regard. And then, lastly, the team has terrific market knowledge. So obviously we're expanding into the Philadelphia market, and, bringing that knowledge on as part of what we do day in and day out is just terrific. We really enjoy that.
Yeah, as I mentioned, this Pizza Express brand goes back to serving that Philadelphia area for many decades now. So given that Spotless is a multi-brand portfolio, including Flagship and Cobblestone, to name a couple of brands under the umbrella, but how do you balance that consistency while still honoring the brand equity that these companies have built over the decades?
Yeah, so consistency starts with a clear brand architecture. So Spotless is the enterprise. And then we have a series of, local brands that represent the consumer-facing identity for customers. And when we acquire a brand, there's an important process of, bringing that new brand, that new organization onto the Spotless way of doing things. So that's, the same set of financial systems, the same set of HR systems, the processes, procedures, technology that we're able to leverage and scale across the entire organization. But there's also an important integration piece as we acquire a business, and it starts with the associates, making sure that the associates are brought along effectively as that transition happens, that any of their questions are answered, that we do proper training, that we give them the proper support so they don't miss a beat in servicing the customer. And then, of course, the customer, which is just critical to everything we do. And so making sure that, again, as we do an acquisition, that the customer's experience is seamless, moving from, in this case would be Pete's, to the Flagship brand we're bringing it to the market. So we think, we've done this many times. We've done it, very successfully. And, it's exciting what we're able to achieve, particularly with the pizza acquisition.
Sounds good. Yeah, and this acquisition accelerates your Northeast footprint. And I was actually just on the Spotless Brands website this morning. I see you have a location coming soon here in New York and Long Island, where I am. So I know the Northeast is a focus for Spotless Brands. How does Spotless Brands evaluate a region like Greater Philadelphia when determining whether it's an attractive market for long-term express car wash development?
Yeah, it's a great question. So in this case, it's a logical take our very successful flagship brand that exists in the Baltimore, Washington market and move it into a contiguous market up in Philadelphia and then points north. But in general, when we look at markets, it's an understanding that we can move to long-term market leadership. It's something we've established in the markets we're in, and it's a playbook that we try to execute whenever we look at new markets. We understand that we're going to be able to serve the customer really effectively for the long term. And for us, that means being able to build out a network so that there's really superior convenience and where people can utilize memberships and you can get services. And then also introduce, our format optionality that we have. So not only Express, which is core to our business, but also our Flex operation, which introduces a full serve and interior cleaning services. So it's really exciting in Philadelphia and then points north as we're able to develop that. And with the Pete's core of business, together with the locations that we're opening, as soon as this month, and then, throughout next year and ensuing years, we're going to have a really strong network throughout the Northeast.
Yeah, I want to get into that a little bit with you, Dave. The release that I mentioned that announced the Pete's acquisition also mentioned 6 new express only sites that'll be popping up in Pennsylvania, New Jersey, and New York. Will join the flagship brand. So what is the current competitive landscape that you see in these markets? And obviously, Spotless isn't the only one looking to build out its Northeast portfolio. You have Splash, Washville, just to name a few there. But how will Spotless's locations differentiate themselves in these markets when you're looking at competing with these other leading express chains that are growing in this area?
So, there'll always be competition in markets. What Spotless focuses on that we believe wins the day is providing customers the ability to get serviced where, when, and how they want to. And so what that means for us is, building a network out that offers convenience, throughout a market. So there's more points of access that people can utilize their membership, where they shop, where they bring their children to school, where they reside, et cetera. So that's where and when. And then how is the introduction of Flex, which, we're fairly unique in introducing in combination with our Express site. So Flex gives folks the ability to get serviced in a very highly efficient, a highly automated system so that they can be in and out quickly, consistently, and have a very high interior clean level, or they have the optionality to do it themselves with exterior vacuums. So, putting a network together of that has really served us well in markets like Baltimore and Washington. We're excited about the potential to be able to do that in the Northeast.
Yeah, so just going back to Philadelphia area just a little bit here, Dave. By 2027, Flagship is expected to operate over 36 locations in the greater Philadelphia area, as I learned from the press release. So what does building density at that scale allow you to deliver in terms of, critical factors like member value and operational efficiency and even competitive differentiators?
Yeah, that density is something that we have built in the markets we're in and will continue to build as we expand into new markets. And it's really important for a few reasons. First and foremost, it's the customer that benefits from that density, being able to, just access services at more locations, convenient locations, high quality locations. Um, And then secondly, it's the ability for us to deliver on a consistent basis, the customer experience. And the way that tactically happens is, we can put maintenance resources in those markets that can be very efficient, effective at getting around to different locations and making sure equipment is operating on a consistent standard, regularly. And we can have operating resources in there that you not only have the ability to be effective in getting to stores, but have a lot of opportunities for our team members to grow, to advance into leadership positions because we have so many, in-market opportunities to be able to become a, next step in their career. And so what all that translates to is day in to day out, being able to deliver customer experience on a consistent basis throughout the market.
Yeah, get to train that bench to come up through the ranks and make the company even stronger, and that obviously makes it a better service company for customers for sure. Now on the financial side of all this, Dave, we saw that Spotless secured a $450 million credit facility to support its upcoming growth here. So, how does access to that kind of capital influence maybe the pace and scale and strategic direction of your development pipeline for Spotless Brands?
Yeah, so that credit facility is really important in combination with cash we generate from operations and the sale leaseback activity we have, and in aggregate, all that allows us to grow and densify markets, markets that we're in, grow into new markets, and build networks that we're seeking to do, and it allows us to introduce flex locations, which are highly efficient, highly effective, that offer enhanced services for the customers. So, the credit facility gives us a lot of flexibility to build and develop and really take a long-term perspective.
Looking into these next few months ahead in 2026, Dave, is there anything you see as a big opportunity? Are there any constraints for express car washing as you look to grow in these dense, mature markets here in the Northeast?
Yeah, I think we're excited about the playbook we're executing, which is customer first, and the team we have doing that, and we add to that team as we grow and we build, and the expertise and training that we roll out as we grow. So there's a lot going on in our organization. It's an exciting time, and we're really looking forward to 2026.
Sounds good. And when you guys are excited and busy, we're excited and busy on carwash.com. We get your great press releases and we get to share them with the market. So I wish you nothing but the best of luck heading into 2026, Dave, as you and your team execute your expansion strategy. And again, thank you for taking some time here during the busy holiday season.
Thank you, Rich. Have a great holiday.
You too. Thank you.